Morning, folks. I want to show you something. We're fixing to do a comparison in the maneuvers between what Tubio does and what my grandfather did. Now, my grandfather is the goat, Tubio is not. And the reason why I'm showing this to you is not so that Tubio can go out there and try to copycat. In fact, he should not, because he's not trained. This is just simply for people to have an opportunity to put up a comparison to see the difference. And if that man wants what's best for his patients, then he should send them to me, because I am the one that's skilled. Okay, we're going to flip this. I'm going to show you what he does, what my grandpa did, and then I'm going to talk about it just a little bit. Ready? Okay. Here we go. He's doing 3 moves, and it'll be pretty obvious pretty quick what he's doing. Now, it is a dummies version. Anytime you see anybody do this, and the chiropractors do this, it's because they really don't know what they're doing. So they're basically taking shots at it. And I have asked him repeatedly, why are you going both ways? Okay, here we go. Ready?
You can feel that right there, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Man, why can't I hire this guy?
Ooh.
Man, this guy's good.
Okay, so of course he has nothing to compare it to. But that's what he did. 1, 2, 3. So 3 moves, and a lot of cracking, a lot of snapping. And when he's going both ways like he does, that is the maneuver that it takes, and that's what is responsible for it. Of course, they say it's rare, but it's more common than what they'll admit to. That maneuver, both ways, bang, bang, is what's responsible for the vertebral artery dissection. So, compare it to the master. The master being Dr. Craton, and, oh, come on. Okay, I gotta find it. Give me a second here. I know right where it's at. Here we go.
Now I gotta lift you up, and I gotta turn the head as much as I can this way. And then I wanna pull it from too far to the left, back to the center. That's what you let me do. This is the trouble in my work where I have the doctors kiss my leg. Now, lay back and kiss my leg. Come on, lay back. Now I'm going to raise you up. Come on, say you're good. That's right, that's right, that's right. And I want to twist your head. Let me have the head. That's good. Wow.
1 move. And she does not cry, she does not scream, she does not, she's kind of numb, actually, as far as her reaction goes. There is no emotional breakdown, but it's been fixed. It's a day in the life commemorating the life and research of Dr. Earl Franklin Craton. And commemorating the life and research of Dr. Earl Franklin Craton. I encourage you to go watch that on my YouTube channel. You can look that up. Just a day in the life, number 1, commemorating the life and research of Dr. Earl Franklin Craton. He fixes her hip too. I'm going to flip this back. So that is a comparison between, the dummies version, and they're dealing with the atlanto-occipital joint, but they're not doing it right. And the master's, handling of the joint properly. He figured it out. He knew what he was doing. Now, I want to show you the reason why. Let's see here. The difference is this right here. Now, hang on. I've got to flip it back. Okay. Here is the anatomy textbook's error. That yellow kidney-shaped bean over there on the left side of the atlas, that is what they think the joint is shaped like. It's not. It's actually shaped like that. Anterior left facet, posterior left facet. And I've got the definition of what it should be. This is nsartech.com/condyles. I encourage you to look that up as well. So, It's a true McCoy. You can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I separate it out over here on the right so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I show you clearly. You can see it in the different colors, the orange and the green on the left. And once again, separation. And then there's a blog up here if you want to actually get into, you know, when I get out there and I'm talking to medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, you follow the blog spot link, and also the smoke and mirrors is also linked too. The smoke and mirrors icon is linked. One of them is the historical account, which I still found on the internet. The other one is where they actually tampered with my posts and refused to let them through. And fortunately, I told them, I said, this is not my first rodeo, boys. And I had fortunately saved the web page to my hard drive and then put it right back out there in a PDF file with everything complete. And I let them know I'd done it. And then I called up the, let's see if I can actually find it. I called up the moderator. Here we go. Yeah, this is the icon. This is the original. Let's see, I think he's at the bottom. It's a big page. Brian Farha was his name. But I called him up. He was in Oklahoma City. Maybe he's over here. And I said, hey, you know, I'd be happy to talk to you personally and show you the science, you know. And here we go. Brian Farha, the moderator, over here on the far right side. He tampered with my posts. He's a professor at Oklahoma City University where he coordinates the graduate programs in applied behavioral studies and counseling. He couldn't handle the truth. Kinzinger, here on the left side, couldn't handle the truth. Neither one of them could handle the truth. They censored me and they tampered with my posts. And I'm good at what I do, and I was taught to fight. So yeah, I paralleled their blog where they did not let my posts through, and I gave them the totality of the debate. And see if I can find one of them. Here we go. Anything in yellow, another missing post. This one was blocked altogether. And there's my daughter. She was killed in the healthcare system. It was a medical or osteopath that did it. Another missing post. I think they tampered with 3 posts. They wouldn't let them through. And they were like, well, you didn't answer our question. I'm like, yeah, I did. Yes, I did. But you can find that from my website. There you go. And you can read it. It's interesting, actually. But I had it out with them. I mean, you know, gloves off, fists flying, and letting them know, you're not getting past me. No. And I will do what I have to expose you. And they're tampering with my posts. They won't let them through, at least 3 posts, and they refused to take my calls, and they didn't want to hear from me. So Brian Farha, this moderator to the group, he's back over here. I'll go one more time. I'm on. Let's see here. Brian Farha over here. Oh, come on. He couldn't handle the truth and refused to take my call. He didn't want to hear about it. These professors and instructors and people in power, I just got this talking about how they do what they have to in order to maintain their power and their control, and they did it. Anyway, feel free to take a look. I think it's interesting. You should be aware of it. All right, like I said, so now you've had a chance to compare the real deal with the copycat version. And all I can tell you is that they've been trying to pick my brain and Grandpa's brain for free for decades. And Grandpa's telling me 2 weeks before he dies, you make them pay you. I'm doing what I can to keep them honest, and they're not. I'm disappointed to discover that they're not. They can't answer questions. they refuse to pay for, you know, research and development that they should be already utilizing. And like I said, I think there should be a class action lawsuit. I can go back at least, well, Grandpa presented to Parker. It was March the 8th, 1990. That's what, 2000, that's 34 years now. And I can go back further than that. But I think there should be a class action lawsuit that goes back at least 30 plus years to hold these, you know, powers that be accountable for blocking the research. And people really need to, you know, have access to what I've got. But again, I am not going to be, I am discouraging and just flat out telling the chiropractors right now, you have no business trying to copycat my grandfather's work at this point in time. You're doing it wrong. And there is something in your literature, and I've seen it repeatedly, that says that you're supposed to be doing what's best for the patient. Well, what's best for the patient is to send them to the expert, the specialist. Well, that is me. And then, you know, from there, we'll see where we go. But that is the first step you need to do based on your own documentation and your own literature that says you should be doing what's best for the patient. And you know as well as I do that I've got something that you don't. And you cannot duplicate it responsibly without paying for it, spending the time learning it, and passing the test. You just can't do it. That's chiropractors now. People, feel free to come. In fact, ask these chiropractors, why are you going both ways? Have you heard of Earl Craton? You know, have you heard of Tammy Kennedy? And then, you know, see what their response is. And then come see me.